Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the PBA Season 49 Philippine Cup live on PBA Rush and on the Pilipinas Live app. As the Barangay Ginebra, Scotty Thompson going up against the Blackwater Bossing led by Christian David here at the Phil Sports Arena. It's a sink and surge matchup between these two teams. Good evening, everybody. My name is Rodrigo, together with the legend himself, Coach Ronnie Magsano. Nice to have you, Coach.
Likewise here. Always a pleasure doing the PBA games with you. So far, so good for the Gin Kings, coming off their first winning streak, trying to get a lock on that fourth spot heading to the playoffs, while meanwhile trying to survive and hopefully still contend for a possible spot in the last 8 is the Blackwater Bossing.
Again, two teams trending in different directions. One, as you said, Coach, getting their wins, getting their act together. Meanwhile, Blackwater trying to pile up the wins. Because as we said, there's a magic number here, Coach, in order to get into that playoff spot, that top 8 playoff spot.
Well, right now for Blackwater, the magic number is what Meralco has right now. The chase down for the last 4 teams is to try and catch Meralco for the final spot heading to the playoffs. Meanwhile, for Ginebra, it's getting to the top 4 spot, which guarantees a twice-to-beat edge when you get to the quarterfinals.
Again, very interesting last few weeks here of the Philippine Cup, the regular season of the Philippine Cup. But let's take a look first at the Blackwater Bossing in that last game against the Meralco Bulls. A crucial game that they would have wanted to win in order to get to the playoffs, but they lost that big last May 21 against Meralco, losing by double digits in that ball game, Coach.
The third straight match that Blackwater will lose, losing to NLEX, losing to Rain or Shine, dropping that match against Meralco. 15 less possessions, 12 less offensive rebounds, 16 less bench points. Fast break scoring was a problem as they gave up 19 to the Bolts, and the point paints was simply too much at 56 points for Meralco. All in all, they did not win a single quarter against Meralco in that last loss, and the ray of hope lies on the shoulders of those two young players. But they have to defend better, play tougher, and more than that, try to keep in stride against the team that they're supposed to meet today, the team of the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings.
Again, so much talent here for the Blackwater Bossing. Again, you talked about Cedric Bearfield. We'll get to him, but the guy that they're hoping will develop into that, maybe that second star for Blackwater for the locals, is Christian David. And so far here in the Philippine Cup, he's showing that he's completely back from whatever nagging injuries he's had in the past. Had a double-double in that last game, showing us an array of moves here from the Blackwater Bossing.
Definitely showing us his true potential, but we know for a fact that he can even be better in the years to come. Those numbers not enough to justify or give us the best picture on how good this young man is and will be. But right now, he was the leading scorer in that losing cause against Meralco. Second best scorer right now for Blackwater here in the Philippine Cup, among their leading rebounders as well, and their top 3-point shooter here in this All-Filipino Conference.
And to talk more about the Blackwater Bossing, let's welcome once again our courtside reporter for this evening, Miss Belle Gregorio. Belle?
Blackwater's lack of rebounding has been haunting Coach Jeff and the rest of the Bossing. The stats don't lie, they currently are 11th in this aspect in the league, consequently allowing their opponents too many second chance points and fast break opportunities and deflating them, discouraging them from playing the way they should. At this point in the conference, though, Coach Jeff holds on to how his players have shown improvement in learning how to play together. After all, they rank 3rd in perimeter points, so they have good things going their way, but they do want to crash the boards more so they can also attack the gaps more and get their offense intact. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Belle. And Coach, there's a saying in basketball that he who controls the boards controls the game. And so far, Blackwater 11th here in the Philippine Cup is a recipe for disaster for this team. But let's turn it over to the other side of the court, to the Gin Kings. Barangay Ginebra has been on a roll in their last few games, putting up, again, a win streak here in the Philippine Cup, looking like the usual, or the Barangay Ginebra we're used to seeing, swinging that ball all over the floor, getting assists every single time out on a lot of their possessions. And Barangay Ginebra looking good, especially against the Phoenix Fuel Masters in that last game, as we take a look at the numbers of Barangay Ginebra.
And I believe that that initial win versus Converge at 85-66 could be the tipping point here for Coach Tim and the Gin Kings. They were able to win their second straight game. And how? 33 assists on 40 made field goals.
Look
6
at that.
blocks. That's rim protection. The biggest lead, just a slight picture on how well they play. 6 players in double figures on the average for the Gin Kings, but more than that, defense, the calling card of Scotty Thompson, has been a big proponent that propelled the Gin Kings to their second straight win.
And I think Barangay Ginebra has been waiting for Scotty to come alive here in the Philippine Cup, and he did just that in a big way against the Phoenix Fuel Masters. We're used to Coach seeing Scotty boards, grabbing those boards, scoring here and there, but look at this. We all know he's a triple-double machine, but what a game from Scotty.
That's why he was named one time as a PBA MVP, a part of the 50 greatest players already at that young age. 17 and 13, nearly 80% from the field. But more than that, he fuels the energy level for the Gin Kings. Number 2, one of very few players when he grabs the rebounds, elicit oohs and ahs from the viewing public. Second to none. In terms of Coach Tim Cohn's trust factor, we talk about somebody who can create winning plays in clutch time.
And of course, they're going to lean on Scotty Thompson once again tonight as we turn it over for more in the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. Back to Bell.
Ginebra's been finding comfort in the fact that they just secured their first back-to-back wins in this conference. They are therefore seeing the semblance of consistency from how they are performing. Evident in these victories was them being more disciplined in the triangle and also in moving the ball. With members of Ginebra's coaching staff being on loan to the Gilas Youth, battling it out in the Sayaba, which begins tomorrow. And with the next few games of the barangay, Coach Chart couldn't hide how much of a tough stretch this is for a team. So it is playing with a sense of urgency and not being complacent that they are preaching over on their side. Let's now meet our starters.
Good evening, PBA fans. This is a PBA Philippine Cup here at the Phil Sports Arena. In our second game, it's the Blackwater Bossing versus the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Let's meet the starting lineups first from the Blackwater Bossing. At center from Cebu, number 13, Clifford Hopia. From San Fernando, Pampanga, at forward, number 25, Christian David. Also at forward from Angeles City, Pampanga, number 23, Richard Escoto. From Parañaque City, at guard, number 6, JB Casio. And also at guard from Batangas, number 2, Cedric Bearfield. Head coach for Blackwater is Jeffrey Carriazo. And now introducing the starters for the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. From Digos, Davao del Sur, at guard, number 9, Scotty Thompson. Also at guard from Angeles City, Pampanga, number 14, Stephen Hall. From San Simon, Pampanga, at forward, number 3, Jamie Malonzo. At forward from Cagayan Valley, number 1, Troy Rosario. And from Sasmuan, Pampanga, at center, number 25, Japet Aguilar. Head coach of the Gin Kings is Tim Cohn. Game officials are Peter Balao, Mike Lordeliza, Jenny Nicandro, and Jason Vipinoso.
This game is Sports Arena starting 5 for Blackwater, Casio, Bearfield, Clifford Hopia, Christian David, and Richard Escoto. Meanwhile, for Barangay Ginebra, Scotty Thompson, Stephen Holt, Japet Aguilar, Jamie Malonzo, and Troy Rosario. Rounding out the starting 5 for the Gin Kings as we get ready for our tip-off here. Our referees, Peter Balao, Lordeliza, Nicandro, and Vipinoso. As we get ready, first possession of this ball game will be with Barangay Ginebra. Barangay Ginebra touting this, on average, tall lineup for the Gin Kings up against the Blackwater, and Troy Rosario instantly.
This is a starting unit. Talking about Ginebra that has everyone averaging in double figures, and that's how good this score is for Coach Tim Cohn. And there in the first possession, a shot coming off a pass.
JV Casio wide open, gets the 3 for Blackwater. Meanwhile, Blackwater, Coach Ron, inserting Clifford Hopia into the starting lineup to add to that, maybe shore up that defense and those
the
rebounds.
rebounding that Bell mentioned earlier. Casio's averaging 4 points a game. 46% though from 3-point territory. It's 7-15 heading to this match here for Blackwater.
Again, big responsibility here for Clifford Hopia, trying to guard Japet, but that doesn't matter as Malonzo just drains it over Christian David.
Coming off a 15-point performance on 41% shooting, built around 50% from the 3-point line at 4 out of 8.
Meanwhile, Cedric Bearfield now being shaded by Jamie Malonzo.
Nice matchup.
That's a great matchup, and he buries it in the face of Malonzo.
Earlier it was Malonzo over Bearfield. Now it's Bearfield over Malonzo. And then the reaction after the basket.
As we see Scotty now getting it to Holt. Again, really great names here. Great matchups here all across the floor. As Malonzo being guarded now by David Japet against the younger Clifford Hopia, who definitely has the size, and blocks Aguilar. Scotto, nice give and go, nice fake, and Blackwater with an early 7-4 start.
Last defensive gem coming from the former Red Lion, creating that fast break option. When we talk about fast breaks, you have Blackwater outscored by Meralco in the fast break lanes 19-7, but something that they can use hopefully against Ginebra tonight.
Alonzo gets it to hold, but again, Ginebra at 4. That's going to be an offensive foul. Early foul here for Toro Rosario.
So far, Blackwater, 4 games under 85 points. At one time, they scored only 72. That was against the Road Warriors 3 games ago. Escoto getting a lot of floor time from Coach Jeffrey Carriazo. And it is with reason. 4th leading scorer right now for the Bossing with almost 8 points per contest.
And again, he plays with just so much energy
and passion
on the floor. As Bearfield using that Escoto screen. Bearfield kicks it out. Escoto hesitates, shoots, and scores! Hot start for the Bossing.
Matchup against the taller Troy Rosario, but definitely has that good scoring weapon from the long ball, which is from Rainbow territory. 6-point lead with nearly 3 minutes of action here in quarter 1.
That's another timeout. Look at this. Bearfield just stops and pops. As Blackwater surging here in the first quarter. Early 8-point lead for the Bossing. Forces a timeout from Coach Tim. What a tough shot here for Cedric Bearfield. And that drains. That goes in for the Blackwater Bossing. Was he stepping on the line? Looks like he was stepping on the line. As you have a timeout here early in the first, 9-10 remaining. Our score is 12-4. Cedric Bearfield, we all know he can put up the numbers for the Bossing, and last time out against Meralco, again, another terrific scoring output, despite not shooting that well from the field.
You know for a fact that he is the real boss, the top gun for Blackwater in terms of scoring, in terms of presence, and a good cornerstone looking forward, of course, together with Christian David.
I didn't know JV Casio still had hops like that, blocking that shot from Scotty Thompson.
Please don't be surprised. That's why he's a starter still for Coach Jeff.
Bearfield feeling it, missing this one, and Scotty grabbing the board. Blackwater with an 8-point lead. Scotty to the corner, Malonzo. Ginebra, quick ball movement here. Troy with a matchup against Escoto. Attacks. Troy Rosario takes advantage.
Definitely glad to be in the lair of the Gin Kings. Looking for another championship. Has won 1 title so far, and that was with the TNT franchise.
Meanwhile, David missing from the outside, so Barangay Ginebra goes the other way. Hot wide open all day. Gets the friendly roll.
Ginebra had 48 points from the 3-point line in their last win against Phoenix. 48 of the 119 points scored. They had 16 made 3-point baskets against the Fuel Masters.
And so many shooters on the floor all the time for Barangay Ginebra. Bearfield tried to shake off Holtz. Ooh, that's a foul on the shot. Smart move by Bearfield. Feeling the contact, shooting that shot and drawing the foul.
Take a look at this last sequence. First, on the other end, Scotty Thompson once again finding an open teammate. From a good shot to a better available shot for Stephen Holt. And then on the return play, Bearfield using that screen assist coming from Hopia to get half a step ahead of Stephen Holt.
For Blackwater, coach, does it surprise you that they're 11th in rebounding, despite having some, pretty good rebounders on the floor here for the Blackwater Bossing?
Definitely, I was surprised at the numbers that I was looking at earlier prior to the game. And that is also something that they would like to adjust, aside, of course, from that offensive output that has been down lately for Blackwater.
And for more on our teams, let's turn it over back to Bell. Bell?
After suffering from a minor knee sprain early in the conference, Jeremiah Gray is cleared to get back into action. He already participated in about a week of practice, and everything was fine on his end. Meanwhile, Maverick Kahanisi still has about 2 weeks of recovery after he hurt his right knee. Back to you, gentlemen.
So that's the injury update for Barangay Ginebra. Good news, as I was
Maya?
covering that game, Coach, when Maya got injured, and everybody was holding their breath on what happened to Jeremiah Gray. But again, great news that he looks to be okay, as right now Blackwater, as you can see, Jeremiah Gray on the bench right now of Barangay Ginebra. Blackwater very aggressive here in the first quarter, drawing these fouls.
Anytime you're up against a team just trying to survive to get into the playoffs, it's going to be very tough. And remember that Blackwater also had a good start in their last game. A game that they lost eventually to Meralco, only to falter from the second quarter onwards. But they had a good start in that match against the Boss. Number so far for Richard Escota.
Well, this 11 points, 4 out of 5 from the field. So very efficient numbers for Richard Escoto in that game against Meralco, as he makes 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. So Barangay Ginebra down by 6 here, 7 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Change up defensively for Blackwater, trying to keep Ginebra off balance and away from the offensive flow.
Oh, what a fake! And that's going to be a foul by Hopia. And that's all Scotty Thompson does on the floor, dishing out those passes to his teammates.
The emergence of Japet Aguilar to be able to re-establish his scoring groove has been a large reason why Ginebra's won 2 straight games. But right now, he's facing someone eyeball to eyeball, as tall as he is and younger. Good challenge for Japet, who's been playing one of his best conferences here in the All-Filipino Conference here in the Philippine Cup. Look at the numbers.
Wow.
From a 7-point output and in that loss against NLEX, he has jumped the gun on the rest of the opponents, specifically even Arana and Justin Baltazar, outscoring them, out-rebounding them, helping Ginebra shut down Converge in that out-of-town win 2 games ago.
As you can see, the injured players here for Barangay Ginebra. Let's see if Maya will take the floor today. Alan Misi's still out. But again, you mentioned, Coach, that game against Converge. That might have been the turning point for the conference here for Barangay Ginebra. What an impressive victory against, again, one of the scarier front lines here in the Philippine Cup.
Limiting them to below 70. And Aguilar playing the starting role all game long.
Meanwhile, they're getting the stops here, down by just 4. Again, back to Japet, and there's going to be a foul against Escoto. Smart foul as Japet was getting ready.
The ability to read the ball screen defense is directly proportional to how well a team can score. In terms of...
I like that line, Coach. I like it.
That's the way it is.
That should be like a Bible, like a basketball Bible code.
That's the way it is in terms of defensive game plans by coaches against one another, and the ability of the players to make the in-game adjustments based on the defensive schemes that are being used against them.
And it comes down to a lot of basketball IQ by these players.
Reading the defense as well, and following the defensive game plan drawn by their respective coaches.
Holt, guarded by Malilim, drive inside, Scotty, inside, Japet. Hopia, bothering Japet. Oh, that rolls out for Aguilar.
Very young unit, talking about Blackwater.
Bearfield putting on the moves. What a matchup here. Bearfield against Scotty. Can't take it. Thompson pushing the pace. Barrientos wide open 3. RJ can't make it. Bearfield gets the board.
First shot for his first touch. First miss for the hot shooting RJ Barrientos. Was the best 3-point shooter for Ginebra in their last win. 6 3-point baskets. Let's double check that. 5 of 8. 62% from the 3 ball. And overall in the Philippine Cup, the leading 3-point shooter for Barangay Ginebra at 47%.
And that's saying a lot, because there's a lot of good shooters here in the team of Coach Tim Cone.
He has made the most as well at 17 made 3-point baskets in 36 attempts.
This Barrientos posting up RK Ilagan, gets it out to Holt. Can't get the friendly roll this time. So Blackwater playing a better defense here in the first quarter. RK, nice fake, fades. Oh, what a shot by RK.
Shot in the arm here for Coach Jeffrey Carriazo and Blackwater. RK Ilagan was at 16 points per game prior to being held scoreless by the backcourt rotation of Meralco. Looking to bounce back and try to help out offensively.
And Barrientos put a hand on the throat of RK Ilagan, and that's an offensive foul. That's a second offensive foul here for Barangay Ginebra.
So far, the defense of Blackwater in terms of individual effort has been holding forth. Let's see the field goal percentage of Ginebra, 4 of 10 so far at 40%.
Meanwhile, Blackwater pretty hot from the field right now. 6 out of 10.
Indeed, and they've been defending the paint well. Only have given up 2 points in that restricted zone with almost 8 minutes gone here in quarter 1.
David falls hard. A great aggressive drive by Christian David. And I remember, Coach, a couple of conferences or years ago when David was coming back from that ACL injury, you wouldn't see him do these things.
He was more of a catch and shoot player from deep corners. But right now, the mobility, 1, the confidence, 2, and number 3, the shot making. Very evident in this very talented young player.
He's now showing why he was picked second in the draft,
True.
in his draft class. And again,
Can play multiple positions. Has also shown to be an able defender.
and sneakily athletic as well. Very athletic player.
Has gotten used also to playing here in the Philippine basketball landscape. That's a good sign.
Oh, but that's not a good sign as he misses 2 free throws. Usually a pretty good free throw shooter.
Actually, that's his weakness. He is only at 52% here in the Philippine Cup at 9 of 17 heading to this game.
Oh, RJ couldn't hit the wide open layup. And that's a lucky stop here for the Blackwater Bossing. That's a 4. RK Ilagan drinks it.
No scoreless game for RK Ilagan, and the former Stag has detonated 6 points off the bench to give Blackwater their biggest lead against Ginebra, a 10-point lead at 21-11, 4-07, 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in quarter 1.
Yo, umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas ng hingas, perlas ang silangan, lalong umangas, lalong tumalas.
And RK Ilagan, no hesitation, stops and pops on a 4. That confidence, Coach, by RK Ilagan. We all know how much of a spitfire he is here in the PBA. And again, surprising, he only had 0. But what's surprising here is he barely shot it from the outside. Only 1 3-point attempt.
They kept attacking him, put an able defender against him. Different matchups. Eventually, it was hard for him to overcome. But right now, he's a different player. And that game was played just 48 hours ago. Remember that Blackwater will play 3 games in 5 days because they will play San Miguel on Sunday. 3 tough teams. Back-to-back-to-back games. But right now, starting out hot.
And right now, for more on the Blackwater Bossing, let's turn it over back to Bell.
Talking about RK Ilagan's scoreless outing against the Bolts, he shared that his mindset was initially to involve his teammates more, get his assists going up. And then when others aside from David and Bearfield couldn't get clicking, he forced his own shots, which ultimately backfired. To get his confidence back, RK narrated how he started watching highlights of himself way back from his college years to get his confidence going. And that's what we've been seeing early in this game. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Bell. But Barangay Ginebra out of that 30-second timeout. What a beautiful play to get RJ Abarientos wide open from the outside.
Well, I think aside from running that last offense coming off a timeout, it's more of the defensive mindset. Because Blackwater is shooting at over 60% here in quarter 1. That's why they are 23 points and Ginebra's been limited to just 14 thus far.
Alonzo shoots a 3. Can't get back-to-back 3-pointers. And Blackwater is draining pretty tough shots right now from all over the floor. And look at David, really challenging Malonzo. Andrade, free throw line jumper. No go, rebound by Scotty.
Scotty Thompson again.
And no surprise there. Hulk turns on the boosters, gets blocked.
First, it was Hopia. Now it's Malilim. And again, not giving up pain points, limiting that particular category. And that's why they're still ahead by 9 at this stage.
You know what I love
for Barangay Ginebra, a guy that's been so consistent for them is Stephen Holt. What a game last time against Phoenix for Stephen Holt. He's there when you need some shots. Doesn't force anything. That's what I like about the game of Stephen Holt. Pretty patient getting those shots, but he puts the numbers on the board, Coach.
He was a lights-out shooter when he played for Terra Firma, one of their top brands. When he moved to Ginebra, had a different role. Perimeter, lockdown defender, an import stopper. But you know for a fact that he can score if given the chance. And right now, he's been one of their main offensive weapons, one of 6 players averaging double figures for Barangay Ginebra.
So far, Stephen Holt made that 3 earlier that bounced in. Only 3 points. But again, Ginebra down by 9 against pretty impressive Blackwater Bossing here in the first quarter. RJ Barrientos. No, Malonzo gets the board, kicks it out. Back to RJ. Kicks it back out to Holt. Look at Blackwater flying around here. Malonzo challenge. And that's an air ball, and David gets the board.
What about that effort coming from Ilagan? Definitely at least a head shorter. But just the effort to contest was enough for Malonzo to miss the rim completely.
And he came from the other side,
right,
from RJ Barrientos.
Just
went
to
to
close
the other
out, because
side.
you have to really try and defend the basketball movement of the Gin Kings. The way they really make you work hard to try and close out on the three-point line.
At this point, I'm surprised that Blackwater missed that shot because they're making shots from everywhere as they get the stop here. Holt kicks it out. RJ to the corner. Scotty, he makes the 3.
Again, a shot coming off a pass. So far, the percentage is lower for the Gin Kings, but let's see how well they defend Blackwater and try to stay closer before the quarter is done.
RK against RJ. That's a screen. Look at that. That's power, and that's a fake and a finish.
Excellent dive to the basket by Ginto. 2 former Stags joining forces. 8-point lead for Blackwater.
He's one guy I wouldn't want to bump into on a screen, Coach. Because I felt the intensity of the bump of RJ Barrientos on Radwin Ginto.
Not a good idea. Look at those biceps.
Masakit, Coach.
Sculpture in motion. Maya is back. Seeing
nice
action for the first time, yes. Good news for Ginebra.
And great shooter, good athlete as well here. That's Scotty. Trying to post up Andrade, kicks it out. Jeremiah Gray immediately shoots a 3 off the bench. RK using the screen. Trotter goes to Andrade. Pocket pass, great defense by Scotty to stop that play. 7 seconds on the shot clock for Blackwater.
Not too many players can do that defensively. Fight over the screen, defend that pocket pass, almost take away that pocket pass.
And that's Scotty Thompson for you. As Quinto goes to the post against Jeremiah Gray. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Barrels inside, kicks it out. Oh, no time left. Blackwater would have had a shot there from Radwin Ginto.
And finally, Ginebra with their best defensive stop of the quarter. Trying to come back from a double-digit deficit. Still behind by 8 points. Under a minute here in quarter 1.
And scored 119 points that last game. So right now only at 17. Definitely
up 22 at one instance against Phoenix.
That's Scotty attacking Trotter. Kick it out to Barrientos. Barrientos shakes off Andrade but loses control. Oh, that's going to be a foul in Japet. That's a 3rd offensive foul.
Because of the individual effort to fight over screens, contain their defensive assignments, that augurs well for Blackwater. Hopefully they can sustain this all game long.
And great energy here from the Blackwater Bossing in the first quarter. 36 seconds remaining.
Again, it's all about staying alive. You lose here, you're closer to extinction.
Look at that pass to Trotter. Challenging Japet. Looks short, is short, but RK Ilagan gets another possession.
No blackout.
Shoots a 3. That doesn't go. Scotty ahead of everybody. Andrade just gets it. Scotty just gets it easily on the layup.
Make-out play coming from Scotty Thompson. Good look by Malonzo. Easiest basket for Ginebra so far here in this first. Down to 6.
Corner, Andrade shoots it, beats it. No, that misses. But impressive start here for the Blackwater Bossing after the first 12 minutes of action. as they lead it by 6 against Barangay Ginebra here in the first quarter, 25-19.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
Back here in the second quarter as Blackwater has a 6-point lead. And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be up north in Candon City Arena in Ilocos Sur as the Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots will go up against the Northport Batapier. We'll see you guys there at 7:30 p.m. Great game for our friends in Ilocos. And again, Candon City Arena, beautiful arena for the city of Candon. As right now, Blackwater enjoying the 6-point lead. Great start by Cedric Bearfield and the rest of the Bossing Nima. But Ginebra had some moments there trying to get their third win in a row here against the Blackwater Bossing tonight. As we're here at the Phil Sports Arena enjoying this ball game. Let's see what Coach Tim and the adjustments from Barangay Ginebra.
So far, so good here for Blackwater. Turnover points, pain points as well. And then the bench scoring has also fueled the reason why they're still ahead. Of course, leading the way is RK Lagan, who was fired 6 points off the bench.
And again, 50% shooting from the field for Blackwater in the first quarter.
Lower than the 60% that they shot in the first 8 minutes. Just a little lower.
Bearfield. Again, this has been a great matchup between these two, Bearfield and Thompson. RK kicks it back out. Bearfield grabs it. No! Scotty attacking. Scotty kicks it out. Jamie Malonzo with a finish.
5 assists on 6 made field goals. Now 6 assists on 7 made. Earlier, it was Malonzo to Scotty. Now Thompson feeds Malonzo. Lead down to 4 from a high of 10 for Blackwater.
4th assist for Scotty Thompson already in this ball game.
We're not surprised. He's number 1 for Ginebra in that category.
Had 13 last game, Coach. So he's on pace to maybe tie that one. Already has 3 rebounds as well. So
just a workhorse, really. Tireless in terms of giving his all-out effort.
And he's also guarding the best offensive player for the Blackwater Bossing. Bearfield shoots over Scotty. Bearfield. Oh, that's going to be a foul on Abu Chatter. Just climbing over the back of the Gin Kings.
Adamos has gotten some early floor time from Coach Tim, at least in the last 2 games. When you talk about players coming off the bench for the Gin Kings, it's RJ Barrientos, who's averaging 50% of the total second unit points for Barangay Ginebra.
And right now, for more on the floor, let's turn it over back to Bell.
After giving up 25 points in the first quarter, Coach Tim instructed his men to assert themselves more defensively and to be more strategic in challenging Blackwater's shots. He also pointed out that the Bossing have been playing them very physical, so they have to move quicker and move smarter. Back to you, gentlemen.
Oh, that's a tip in by Trotter after Malilin missed the wide open layup. But great effort on defense once again for the Blackwater Bossing.
3 blocks against the Gin Kings so far. 3 offensive fouls drawn as well by Blackwater in the first quarter.
Barrientos, mid-range short, rebound by the Bossing. RK using the Trotter screen, pulls up, long 2, in and out. Alonzo gets the board.
Good effort by Adamos to close out and contest against RK Ilaga.
Scotty. Barangay Ginebra again. Ball movement is the key here. Maya for 3. That doesn't fall. Trotter gets the board. Up and down we go here. Blackwater still enjoying the 6-point lead. Bearfield. Crossover. Attacks. Leans in. Can't finish. Good defense by Scotty.
Tremendous defensive effort coming from Scotty Thompson once again.
Malonzo, meanwhile, takes advantage.
1 against 3. After being rejected in the previous play, Malonzo pushes his luck. And you can see why. Weaving his way, zigzagging his way, finishing against 4, not just 3 players from Blackwater Bossing.
And again, that forces a quick timeout from Coach Jeff, not liking what he's seeing. That last few plays, there wasn't any ball movement on the side of
Well,
Blackwater.
you know what, aside from offense, Ginebra is starting to run. Remember the disadvantage that they had in their last loss in terms of fast break scoring. Numbers for Malonzo and his return to the active roster really has been a good a breath of fresh air for Coach Tim. Not just the scoring, not just the numbers, but his overall presence given his size, his athleticism, and his ability to hit clutch shots.
We all know what Jamie Malonzo brings to the table here for the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. And that just raises the ceiling of this team now that he's completely back from that injury that he suffered the last year.
And again, I'll repeat myself, one of 6 players averaging in
Wow.
double figures for the
That's
Gin
rare, no,
Kings.
Coach, to have 6 players averaging in double digits for your team.
With no reinforcement.
And again, that's sharing the wealth for Barangay Ginebra. As the Blackwater now trying to hold on to this lead, down to 4. Mitchell, who was open for a second there. Bearfield attacking now. David kicks it out. Manilian against Maya. Bearfield shoots a 3, wide open, short. Troy couldn't handle it. Look at Escoto diving on the floor. Blackwater gets the ball back. Bearfield waits for his teammates. Great effort for the Bossing. Mitchell, 7 seconds on the shot clock. They kick it out. Escoto didn't see David from the corner.
Yes, and again, just that effort to contest changes a lot of shots.
27-23. Rosario against Escoto. Troy has been taking
Nice
advantage of that
pass, nice
matchup.
pass.
And Damos gets it a roll in.
That's his game. A jump shooting big. Deadly facing up. Again, a shot coming off a pass. Down at 21-11 since that time. It has been a 14-6 run for the Gin Kings, bridging the first and second quarters.
Blackwater can't find any offense right now, but gets the ball back. Great effort for the Bossing.
Good second effort coming from Malilim. Once again, points off the bench, helping out Blackwater stay ahead. Up 4 at this stage with almost 4 minutes gone in quarter 2.
Barangay Ginebra surging right now. Barrientos against Mitchell, too strong, rebounding. And there's going to be a foul against Barangay Ginebra. Coach Tim will challenge this last call. Not happy with that one. Damos thought he was pushed from behind, but the referee is saying the foul was on Barangay Ginebra.
The 4-2 Gin Kings coming off 2 consecutive wins against Blackwater Bossing, who are facing a 3-game losing run and at 1-5 at this stage.
And coach, in this game so far, you see Blackwater playing a bit more desperate, as you
Yes.
said, because they're trying to get to that postseason, the magic 8 for the postseason.
That is expected, really. And at one point, you had to make a decision. You had to make that commitment to give your all, to give your best. No regrets. Because you only get X amount of chances to make it to the playoffs. And at this stage, they are outside looking in.
Again, a loss here might just
Closer to the abyss.
or end the hopes of their playoff hopes here in this ball game. It's a quick decision here by our referees. So let's see.
Upon review, the challenge made by Barangay Ginebra was not successful.
Not successful, so Coach Tim loses his challenge for the night. Oh, there is a push there. So was it a push? I think it was a push on Troy Rosario on that last play.
Definitely there was a push. That's all I can say.
We don't know who pushed, but somebody pushed somebody. So Coach Tim will lose the challenge. 29-25, Blackwater gets the ball back. As we got Justin Chua now off the bench for Coach Jeff. Coming into the ball game along with Christian David. Bearfield. There's going to be a foul on David.
Justin Chua played 7 minutes, did not score. Had 2 attempts in that game versus Meralco.
But again, at one point, Coach, last
He was their
conference,
leading scorer and one of their best rebounders in an import-laden conference. 3 points per game, 20 points scored in 6 games so far for Justin Chua.
And here in the All Filipino Cup, or the Philippine Cup, not getting a lot of playing time. Mitchell missing that wide open 3. Good shot nonetheless for Blackwater as Ginebra goes the other way.
The hot shooting team has been struggling from the perimeter right now. Talking about Blackwater was at 60% at one instance in the first.
Rosario forcing the issue. David gets the board. David to Chua. Chua fade away. That's his patented shot. Gets the basket plus the foul.
That's why you always want your big men to rim run.
It puts a lot of pressure
on the
front
defense
court
to sprint back. And then also flattens the defense. Justin Chua, very hungry for more playing time, knocking in his first attempt.
Coach Jeffrey Carriazo looking 10 years younger right now. Maybe because he was named to the 50 greatest players.
Also giving an early floor time here for his young guard.
Blackwater though missing their free throws. Chua
That's the
can't
reason.
complete the
That's the
three-point
reason
play.
why also that their lead was down. Could have been up by a bigger margin, but they missed 3 free throws in Q1. Most of those happening in the latter part of the first.
Barrientos shoots a 3, misses again. Running start here for Bearfield. 1-on-3. Bearfield. Oh, what a move! Oh, put back dunk!
Second time on that nice trail job for the Bossing. 4-point run here for the Red Shirts after the lead was down at 29-25.
Adamos gets the 2 back, silences the Blackwater crowd for a bit. Oh, wow. Okay, David, showing us the hops on that last play.
It's about 6'6". Good vertical as well.
Very athletic as well. Chua now posting up Adamos. Leans in, trying to draw the foul. Mitchell kicks it out. Bearfield wide open. Yes, sir. Gets the 3.
Offensive rebounds given up by Ginebra. At least 7 points on second chance scoring here for Blackwater. Back to a 9-point lead.
Just like that, Blackwater answering on offense here.
7-2 run here for the Red Shirts. And an unforced turnover in that miscommunication.
Take a look at this. Second chance points, 9 already for the Bossing. 0 for Barangay Ginebra.
That's a surprise.
And again, the 11th in the rebounding team right now. Getting those boards. Take a look at this one more time.
That's a highlight play, but more than that, that fuels another scoring resurgence here for Blackwater.
And right now, timeout is called on the floor. Christian David throws it down here to Phil Sports Arena. Blackwater up by 9.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Ralph Francis Chua joining us over here, enjoying. I like that shirt, huh? The NSD shirt.
Nice.
That's a great shirt. As Blackwater right now, I'm sure Sir Ralph Francis is not happy right now with the score as Blackwater is up against them 36-27. Chua airballs it. Great effort by Hopia, just couldn't save it to the right team.
That's the operative word right now for Blackwater. Effort.
And getting those second chance points, 9-0. David in the corner, almost losing it. Back to Scotty, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of time here for Thompson. Troy with the screen, the blitz.
Oops.
Oh, Scotty looks like he injured himself on that last play. And Blackwater gets the ball as well.
Rejected the ball screen. Felt he was... I saw that he was bumped on his attempt to go downhill.
But Mitchell
Lost his balance, perhaps. Slipped.
on that last play. In and out play by Mitchell, but steps out of bounds. They have lots of dribbling here from Mitchell of Blackwater. And a turnover for the Bossing. Missed opportunity there to go up by double digits once again.
This was just a 29-25 lead. But Blackwater pumped in a nice 7-2 run here against the Gin Kings.
And right now, we're half the halfway point of the we're past the halfway point of the second quarter as a 3 by Stephen Holt once again cuts that lead down to 6. And Barangay Ginebra's only at 30, so Blackwater doing a good job defensively so far in this
Rebounding,
game.
1. Second chance scoring, 2. But more than that, the defensive effort that they have put in.
Chua.
Paint points of Ginebra limited to just barely 4 points, I believe.
David has a size advantage, pushes off, shoots a 3, airballs it, and Rosario gets the board. Foul given up here by the Bossing.
Taller front line. Justin Chua and Clifford Hopia was played well, especially on the defensive end. And again, the second trickle in, 3-pointer for Stephen Holt.
And gets that shooter's touch once again for the Gin Kings. Down by 6 with 4:30 to go here in the second quarter. Scotty to Troy in the corner. Chua not even close to Troy. Holt attacks, Holt hangs, Holt shoots and misses.
Well defended by Mitchell.
David all alone. Oh, effort by David!
What forward pass coming from Bearfield. Perfect catch. And you know why David is playing a lot? Not because he can score, although he can, but because he is a winning defender.
Again, that's a David on David crime on that last play. 36-30. Ginebra gets another stop. Bearfield misses another. Jason David goes to Japet, who's back in the ball game. Scotty has played a lot of minutes tonight. Troy from the outside. Great effort by Holt.
Oh yes.
Scotty inside, Troy with the finish and the foul.
That's what Scotty Thompson is able to do. Defend on the other end. Get you a nice extra possession. And then the find. As Rosario missed a 3-ball earlier, but Scotty feeds Troy once again. Ginebra fights back. From a 9-point deficit, it is down to 4 here for Blackwater. And Malonzo comes in for David.
6 assists for Scotty, along with 4 boards and 5 points in this game. So might be a triple-double watch so far here for Scotty.
We will not be surprised.
Again, that's not surprising at all.
That's 10 assists on 12 made field goals for Ginebra.
All while guarding Cedric Bearfield here in the first half. Bearfield, look at the shiftiness of this guy and drains it. Wow, what a move. What a sequence.
Not even that help defense coming from Malonzo will deter Cedric Bearfield. 2-possession lead for Blackwater.
And just a born scorer here. 11 points already for Bearfield. Scotty. Japet shoots over Hopia. That's a good shot by Japet Aguilar.
Good misdirection by Aguilar. Too much pace given up by Hopia. Should realize Japet has that in his offensive arsenal.
David goes to Chua. Coach him asking for a travel there. Oh, what a move by Chua. Just can't finish. 38-35. Scotty. Malonzo for 3. Oh, Hopia just gets overpowered by Rosario.
Lost his balance. And the pain points that were almost non-existent for the Gin Kings has returned. That lead from a high of 9 here in quarter 2 down to a 1-point advantage.
But again, Ginebra, again, lots of contributors here. As you said, Coach Ronnie, the 6 players averaging double digits here in the Philippine Cup. One of those, Troy Rosario, again, putting up great numbers here for the Gin Kings.
What you like about Troy, aside from the fact that he has been able to recover from that ankle sprain that nagged him in that last final stint, is that he has seemingly fit in seamlessly into the system of Coach Team Cole.
And we have another timeout on the floor. We'll be back. Our score is 38-37 in favor of the Blackwater Bossing.
You know what I love about Philly?
Best conference so far in his PBA career, and his average numbers definitely support this claim. For CD, what has helped most is a change in perspective and a shift in how he approaches his mental health. Because he has been so intentional about how he treats his headspace, this has enabled him to realize what he is indeed capable of and how he can bounce back from off nights. And because of how well he has been taking care of his mind, he has in turn been translating this to great performances as well. Back to you, gentlemen.
Nice.
Again, great conference so far for David.
That goes hand in hand.
He gave us the highlight earlier. Shoots a 3 on cue. Can't make it. But again, Ginebra with a chance to take the lead here after being down for most of the first half. Earlier, Coach's second chance points were at 9-0. Now it's at 9-4. So Barangay Ginebra now getting those points inside. Japet Aguilar against Hopia once again. Quick move. Japet inside. Basket plus the foul.
6'9", that quick. Able to get to the baseline. And that's a no-no defensively. Look at that jab. To the baseline. Beating the taller defender. And again, the resurgence. The #1 scorer. Out of their top rebounders. And definitely a big reason why Ginebra is at 4-2 right now.
Completes a 3-point play. Again, taking Clifford Hopia to school right now. Japet Aguilar showing him a lot here. Shooting from the outside. Driving on him inside.
After being rejected earlier. First taste of the lead since the 2-0 count. And after being behind by as much as 11 and down by 9 points here in quarter #2.
That's what we call, Coach, taking it personally for Japet Aguilar. As they
True.
get the steal here. Scotty against RK. That's going to be a foul on RK. They're going to take a look at this.
Well, Ilagan did he could to prevent Scotty from getting closer to the rim. But Scotty, with that frame, is super strong.
Quick decision here by our referees. Let's see what the call is. It's just a foul on RK Ilagan.
Take a look at the quarter scoring so far for the Gin Kings. 21 points. For Blackwater, 13 points here in quarter #2.
The reversal of the first quarter here for Barangay Ginebra. Look at the stats so far, Coach, of Scotty Thompson in this game. 5, 4, and 7 for Scotty Thompson, all in the first half. And again, you have to remember he had 17 points and 13 assists in the game against the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Ooh.
Oh, they're saying it's it's 2 missed free throws for Scotty Thompson.
7 of 12 heading to this match at 58%. Something that Scotty surely will work on in the days to come.
1:40 to go here in the first half. Japet trying to get Hopia to bite on that fake. Kicks it out to Holt. Holt steps back, shoots, short. Rebound by Malonzo. Gets the, what a finish by Malonzo.
This is a starting unit talking about the Gin Kings, which is averaging 67 points per game. All of them scoring in double figures. Ginebra fueled by a 15-2 run. Down 9, behind by 11, up 4 at this stage.
And they've also turned up the intensity
The defensive,
on defense.
yes, energy, that's right.
Bearfield, though, stops the run with another tough jumper.
Tough shot.
13 points for Cedric Bearfield.
That's 13. 7 here in quarter 2, 6 points in the first.
42-40, 45 seconds remaining. Back to Scotty. Steps back, shoots. Scotty scores!
And that's the irony of it all. Missing 2 free throws, hitting a mid-range jumper.
Again, that tough mid-range jumper by Scotty. 4-point lead, back up for Barangay Ginebra. Bearfield shoots a 3. He's feeling it right now.
They have scored over 50% of their total output here in quarter 2. Now it's 16 points. 10 second quarter points. That's 10 of the 18 points of Blackwater here in the quarter.
Just so talented, Cedric Bearfield. Argy Lacan fighting against Scotty here in the post. Malonzo pushing. Troy with the reverse.
Why force it when there's someone open? Seems to be the banner, the tagline for the Gin Kings. A basket coming off a pass. How many times have we seen it? Not just in this game, but through the years for Coach Tim Cone with his offensive system.
And that beats a second quarter buzzer as Barangay Ginebra surges here in the second quarter with a 3-point lead against Blackwater Bossing, or scores 46-43.
Araw-araw nating tunggali lahat na ng pagsubok, ikot mali o Brgy.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live.
Ball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
About Pilipinas Live.
Volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
love about Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
About Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Second quarter, it was a totally different story. 14 paint points for the Gin Kings, scoring 50% of their total output from the inside, and that tilted the favor on their side. And eventually, the offense of Blackwater also dried up, as it was only Bearfield who scored 10 of his team's 18 points in the second quarter. Let's see if Blackwater will be able to once again return to what they were able to start with, which is good defense, hot shooting, because Ginebra's definitely recovered from a slow start.
As you take a look at the numbers here, Barangay Ginebra, as per usual, leading the assist category, but again, very impressive first half from the Blackwater Bossing nonetheless.
Nonetheless, they're still down by 3. They're only down by 3 after being ahead by 11. So that's already a 14-point turnaround. A good start here in the third is paramount for them because Ginebra is definitely streaking, playing faster, able to impose their height advantage on the restricted zone. And those numbers will tell you and will give you a slight picture on how Ginebra is able to fight back. Those pain points, critical to that second quarter surge coming from the Gin Kings.
And again, Blackwater being led here, again, as per usual, by Cedric Bearfield, already with 16 points. Richard Escoto, RK Ilagan is there. Christian David, surprisingly,
David, yes.
only at 4. Meanwhile, Barangay Ginebra sharing the wealth here. But again, it's the starters, coach, that you were talking about, the vaunted starters, Barangay Ginebra, right now dominating the scoring category for the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings.
And they joined forces, especially in quarter 2. Sooner than late, after being behind by 9, they defended harder, contested more, did not give up the offensive rebounds that they surrendered early on. And eventually, they found ways to soften that inside defense. Rosario, omnipresent inside. Aguilar finally was able to solve the Clifford-Hopia puzzle. And eventually, some of those things, a big reason why Ginebra's now in the driver's seat as we're about to open quarter number 3.
But again, the engine that drives the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings right now, Scotty Thompson, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 7
He has been
assists.
the fuel really for this, for the last second quarter fight back for Barangay Ginebra.
And again, as you get ready for the third quarter, as you said, coach, a great start here, or a good start for the Blackwater Bossing is what's needed for this team.
Nothing less.
As we can see, Barangay Ginebra going for the kill shot here in the third quarter. Let's see what the answer is from the Blackwater Bossing at halftime as we begin the third quarter with Blackwater with the basketball. JV Casio back in the ball game. Made the first shot of the game with that three-pointer.
Had a block also in quarter 1 from Blackwater.
Bearfield inside, Hopia picks it out. Escoto, nice fake, attacking right now. Wide open layup. Oh, just blows it.
Very nice close-out counter. Just could not get that ball to drop.
46-43. Scotty. Drop it with a seal now in Hopia. They can't find him. Holt. Gets it to Malonzo. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Kicks back out of Scotty. Scotty, long 3. Yes, sir!
You always want a player or two from your team who can knock in that bailout shot. And Thompson, one of the best when the shot clock is winding down. 6.8, the biggest lead for Ginebra against Blackwater in this match.
Bearfield gets the ball. He's against Holt again. Testing the defense of Holt. One-on-one game. Bearfield kicks it out. Escoto wide open. Great pass. Just can't finish again. Drop it. Cross-court pass to Holt. Holt attacks the smaller Casio. Scotty one more time. Scotty back-to-back.
And just like that, Scotty Thompson is the leading scorer right now for the Gin Kings in 2 possessions. That's how good
points.
Scotty Thompson is. Right. And again, a basket coming off, a pass.
Same spot, same result for Scotty Thompson as Blackwater now forced to take a timeout here early in the third quarter with 10:40 remaining. As we have a timeout, our score is 52-43. Back to the ball game. Here's Barangay Ginebra leaning on the brilliance of Scotty Thompson last game. Look at the efficiency for Scotty. 7 out of 9. But a monster double-double for Scotty Thompson against Phoenix.
What about the 7 to 8% from the field? But you know what? That's not even half of what he's doing here. He was able to help Ginebra rally from an 11-point deficit. Even playing much better against Blackwater. And that's how good Scotty Thompson is in his PBA career.
He has 13 points, 5 out of 6 from the field. He's only missed 1 shot so far today. Perfect from the outside, along with 7 assists and 4 rebounds. Just another day in the PBA for Scotty Thompson.
Scotty Thompson. He's been the best 3-point shooter tonight for Ginebra as well.
What a move! Barefield breaks down the defense, Euros, but can't finish. And Escoto loses the handle again. And tough breaks here for Blackwater. Just can't find the bottom of the net.
Shots that they're supposed to make. 0 of 3 start here in quarter number 3. While Ginebra has fueled the resurgence, coming up with 6 straight points on back-to-back 3-point baskets made by Scotty Thompson.
And speaking of Scotty, he draws another foul. And he will head to the free throw line here for Barangay Ginebra. Again, that good start of Blackwater just erased here in the third quarter, most especially because of this guy, Scotty Thompson.
This was not the way this game went in the first quarter until that second quarter turnaround imposed by Ginebra.
And right now we have a report on the floor. Let's turn it over to Bell.
At halftime, Coach Aris lamented how the Bossing would easily give up whenever Ginebra would make their shots, so there was a call for Blackwater's defense to be more disciplined and honest. Offensively, they were also warned not to allow their frustrations to get in the way because these frustrations would push them to go individually and play things that are out of their system. Meanwhile, Coach Chord asked his players to just sustain how well they defended in the second quarter because this was also what pushed them to play well offensively. However, they do still want to find more ways to slow Cedric Barefield down. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Bell, for that report. So Blackwater, they need a jolt here. And Clifford Hopia with a great shot down low.
It was Escoto who created that look for Clifford Hopia. They need a jolt, but not from Holt.
And Holt just turned the ball over with a bad pass to Troy Rosario. Barefield shoots over Malonzo. That's a stop. Casio gets the ball back, shoots a 3. Can't make him pay. Rebound by Japet. 54-45. Aguilar. To Holt. Malonzo trying to post up Barefield. One bump. Finish. And the putback by Aguilar.
And that's a good thing about bringing your offense closer to the basket. Gives the off-the-ball players a chance to get that second opportunity. Back to an 11-point lead for the Gin Kings. The biggest lead against Blackwater in this game.
David getting it in the post against Malonzo. David fades, shoots. That's a travel by Christian David.
Let's look at the numbers coming from David after the first 2 quarters. Christian David, the second leading scorer, was their top scorer in their last match. As we take a look at this nice highlight play coming from Japet Aguilar. David, 2 of 7, 18 minutes, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. First turnover of this game.
And there's going to be a challenge here by Coach Jeffrey Garyaso, not agreeing with that travel call by our official. But again, they're going to need Coach much more from Christian David right now, especially in the scoring column of this ball game.
This was our question earlier in the first quarter. Can they sustain that good scoring run, that hot shooting, that defensive intensity that choked early on the offensive flow of the Gin Kings?
So it's a successful challenge by Coach Jeffrey Carriazo. But Coach, we were talking about Coach Tim and the defense of Barangay Ginebra. They're one of those teams that really goes for the game plan, tries to stop you from scoring. They did that to Justin Baltazar, Jesse Arana in that game.
Yes.
Right now, they're controlling Christian David in this one.
Barefield is getting his numbers, but not at a high percentage. But David has been contained well by the Gin Kings. Only 4 points up to this point.
Escoto, Andrade, floater. Wow. Lid is closed right now for Blackwater. Finally, Escoto shoots it over the taller Japet Aguilar.
That is the shot that he deserves because he shot it over the outstretched Arms of Japet Aguilar.
Again,
And
fearless.
even Japet approved of that last shot.
Blackwater asking for a violation there. Brgy Barrientos missing. Aguilar. Ball ends up with Escoto. Barefield with some space here. He's against Barrientos. Let's see. They go back to Escoto. Barefield shoots it. Barefield makes another triple.
2 possessions, 5 points. Down 11, behind by 6. Fighting back, staying in the match.
Good answer here by Blackwater.
The important thing is somebody else will be able to help out Barefield score. Because he will, at one point or another.
Japet against Hopia. Shoots again over Clifford Hopia. And that's just automatic by Japet Aguilar. He's just feasting right now on Clifford Hopia.
And again, too much space given up by Hopia. Simply because Japet beat him earlier off the dribble on a one-job baseline attack.
Hopia. Back to Aguilar. Nice fake. Shoots a hook shot. Can't finish. 58-50. Scotty to Japet. Japet one more time. Slows it down. Oh, they're going to clear it out for Aguilar. Japet kicks it out. Holt wide open. That is short. Oh, Andrade just casually walking into that basketball and loses it. Holt finishes. Yes, sir.
Unselfish move on the part of RJ Barrientos, really. Had an open look, but knew that Holt had a wide open driving lane.
It's a 10-point game. Now Barangay Ginebra puts 4 on the board. Barefield blows by Scotty.
Wow.
You know how hard that is to do, to just blow by Scotty on that layup.
And how far was the point of origin to get to the restricted zone?
It's a terrific game so far from Barefield, but he's doing it alone right now for the Blackwater Bossing, keeping them afloat here in the third quarter.
This move, able to cut into the angle of the defender. Almost 20 points or over 20 points already for Barefield in this game. Reaching his scoring average.
He just turns on the jets on that play and finishes. A tough one for Blackwater, but they're still down by 8 here. Into coming in. Malilin as well for Blackwater. Troy Rosario comes in for Japet Aguilar.
Get a chance to drink and is back on the floor.
A bit of a sip lang, coach. Now he's back. That's how quick Troy has rested here. Malonzo goes to Scotty. Scotty back to Troy. That's another turnover for the Gin Kings.
Could have been another nice setup job coming from Scotty Thompson as he closes in on another possible triple-double performance for Barangay Ginebra.
Barefield now directing traffic. They go out to David. David attacking Troy, loses control, kicks it out to nobody. And that's a turnover.
Excellent lateral defense coming from Troy Rosario. And again, the struggles of Christian David has spilled over here to quarter 3 with halfway gone here in the third.
First turnover of the game for Christian David. Malonzo.
Too open.
Oh, too open. Too strong this time. And look at that. 2 Blackwater Bossings were going after that, and they give it up to Barangay Ginebra. RJ Barrientos has been quiet. Malonzo.
Oh,
What a move. David is there. That's going to be a loose ball foul on Barangay Ginebra. Coach Tim signaling to his team to have a bit more ball movement in these last few possessions. Arkilangan coming in for CD for Christian David. So a bit of a smaller lineup here for the Bossing.
seems that Malilim will play the 4 spot.
But they still have this guy, Cedric Barefield, has been on a roll. Look at that, just breaks down the defense, shoots a 3. My goodness! Cedric Barefield with a triple!
And that's the red flag here for Ginebra. Shooting better.
And we've been saying, Coach, he needs Robin right now on the floor, but Batman is doing everything here for the Blackwater Bossing.
The turnovers hurting Ginebra in the last few possessions.
Troy. Oh, sneaks that in.
And that's what you always admire about Troy Rosario. Rosario always works hard both ways.
Malilin gets the handoff from Cedric Bearfield. Bearfield shoots a 4. He gets fouled.
Scotty was caught behind the screen. Malonzo tried to catch upstairs.
Just clips the hand or the entire arm of Cedric Bearfield. He will shoot 4.
This one
Look at
was
this.
the previous play. That was a nice screen assist, by the way, coming from Ginto.
But again, degree of difficulty for Cedric Bearfield. And then this time he gets fouled on this one. Clear foul there by Jamie Malonzo. As Cedric Bearfield putting on the points here. Let's turn it over back to Bell.
You said it, Andre. Bearfield's all Batman with no Robin tonight. Earlier, we asked him what else he needs from his teammates so it won't be a one-man or two-man show with Blackwater. He brought up how offensive rebounds would allow them to play at a faster pace, which he believes works to their advantage. From his point of view as well, it's also better spacing that he wants to see from their offense, which is a timely challenge given the defense Ginebra has been employing against them tonight. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Bell. So far after that free throw, 27 points for Bearfield. Make that 28 already for Cedric Bearfield here in the third quarter.
He has scored 12 of the 16 points of Blackwater here in the quarter. Behind by double digits earlier, now just down by a 1-possession deficit.
And they turn the ball over again. Andrade gets it to Malilin. Bearfield's wide open. Nobody sees him. RK shoots it and ties us at 62.
Collective effort. Blackwater down by double digits. Ginebra streaking, but right now ties the scoreline at 62. 11 points.
Massive run here by the Blackwater Bossing to knot us up at 62 apiece with 4:17 remaining here in the third quarter.
You know what I love about Filipinas?
Fortunato Atoy, one of the PBA.
That's your dad.
That's my
and your
dad.
mom.
That's my dad and my mom.
Yes.
Pogi pala siya, no?
Oh.
And of course, you see Boss Al Francis Chua joining us over here, enjoying the game. As you see Sir Silaman C watching as well. And of course, another inductee into the PBA 50 Greatest, Sir Manny Victorino, enjoying our game here. And so far, Coach Ron, another, I'm broadcasting this game, another 50 greatest players here in the PBA. It's an honor for me, and everybody's being entertained by this ball game so far.
Indeed, this used to be our home for many years. Used to be called Ultra.
I still call it Ultra, Coach. I don't know why. I'm much younger, but I still call it Ultra. But what an answer here for Barangay Ginebra. Jamie Malonzo hits a 3 out of a timeout.
Again, making the adjustment against the change-up defense for Blackwater. Good reply here for Ginebra after Blackwater tied the scoreline at 62.
Bearfield shoots another 3. Bearfield almost made that one. Ginto inside, muscling his way. Oh, blocks himself in the ring. Falls to the floor, and the putback is good by Malilin.
So the shorter front line has been able to help out Blackwater come back after being behind by as much as 10 points here in the third.
Coach Tim immediately calls on for Japet Aguilar right now to jump off the bench. They need a scoring and presence here. Holt, back-to-back triples by the Gin Kings.
They were cold in the first 2 quarters from the 3-point line except for Scotty Thompson. Although Holt already drilled 2 3-pointers in the first 2 quarters. 4-point lead, Gin Kings.
They're blitzing Bearfield right now. Quinto goes to RK. Ilagan open, drops it off. Quinto, nice fake. And good defense there by Malonzo to tap it off.
Indeed, 2 defensive adjustments for Ginebra. First, Scotty off Bearfield. Different matchup against Bearfield. 2, Malonzo with that excellent defensive rotation. But this was this nice find by Abarientos against that change-up defense coming from Blackwater after Coach Tim called a third quarter timeout.
And the Barangay fans, you're not happy that the ball will go back to the Bossing. They felt that it was supposed to be for Barangay Ginebra. Bearfield with a fake. That's actually the most wide open he's been here in the third quarter, and he misses it. Abarientos trying to find Scotty, posting up RK Lagan. Scotty posting up here, bodying up. RJ wide open. Barangay Ginebra misses from the outside.
RJ continues to be cold from the 3-point
Oh,
line.
in and out, hesitation, and the finish by RK Lagan.
In double figures after being held scoreless in that game versus Meralco. Good comeback here for Ilagan.
He's picking up the slack of Christian David and scoring here in this ball game.
Points off the bench generated by Ilagan.
And he's fighting on defense down low as everybody's trying to post him up. They kick it out. RJ. Japet. Oh, he's on target.
Good adjustment once again for Abarientos. Has been missing shots from the long line. Gives up that pass. Turns out to be another assist. Ginebra still ahead by a 1-possession edge.
What an exciting third quarter we've had so far. That's RK. He is against Holt again. RK Lagan. Nice pass inside. Quinto wasn't ready.
What about the tip coming from Holt? Slip on the screen. Right thing to do against the blitzing defense. But first, this hesitation.
Wow.
Showed the jumper. Suddenly, he was gone. But what about this pass coming from Abarientos?
Japet has been on target in this ball game. He has 13 points and 5 rebounds. Holt. Oh, dangerous pass there to Abarientos. Malilin. Out to Holt for 4. Way off. Christian David gets the board. We're down to the last minute of the third quarter. RK fakes, bumps, shoots. Oh, what a finish!
Talk about a Spitfire.
Talk about bouncing back, Coach.
Yes, 2 tough shots here coming from Ilagan. None tougher than this.
Wow, that's against a way taller Jamie Malonzo.
And a heftier defender. Bounce off Malonzo. The craftiness to still take the shot and make the difficult fall away.
RK Lagan at the free throw line trying to complete the 3-point play. It's a 1-point game here in the last minute of the third quarter.
He scored the last 5 points for the Red Shirts.
Big time scoring here for RK Lagan. 14 in the game for RK.
Over his 13-point average. We mentioned earlier, before being held scoreless by Meralco, it was a 16 points per game.
Extra pass gets read perfectly. RK off and running. Malonzo with him. Floater. RK with another one.
7 straight points. Down 10, up 1. Half a minute. Third quarter.
What an answer here by the Bossing. Barangay Ginebra.
What an answer coming from Ilagan.
He's just a one-man wrecking crew right now. So it's been RK and Bearfield here. That's going to be a foul to give by Bradman Ginto. So that's a smart foul for the Blackwater Bossing.
And again, the home run play. Stopping on a dime. And these are the things that you work on for continuous repetitions. Countless hours of practice to perfect that shot.
And just freezes Jamie Malonzo, not expecting that floater. They go inside. Abarientos leans in, missing. RJ gets the put back to fall.
It's always a happy sight to see 2 guards attacking one another, especially in the post.
Yeah, we don't see that too often these days, as that's a bad pass by Ginto. David Abarientos for 4. That's an air ball. And that ends an exciting third quarter here at the Phil Sports Arena as Blackwater cuts that 6-point lead deficit at halftime down to 1. Our score is 72-71 in favor of Barangay Ginebra.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
Back here to start the fourth quarter. Our game summary so far is the brilliance of Cedric Bearfield for the Blackwater Bossing as he's piled on 28 points already, 4 3-pointers, 5 out of 11 from the field from the 2-point line. And Cedric Bearfield keeping Blackwater in this game, but it's RK Ilagan off the bench picking up the scoring for the Blackwater Bossing. 10 points in the third quarter, 16 points in total. Gave them the lead at 1 point in the third quarter. But they're down by just 1. But for Barangay Ginebra, it's the MVP, Scotty Thompson, a one-time MVP. 15 points, 8 points in the third quarter, mostly to start that third quarter, along with 4 rebounds and 7 assists for Scotty Thompson as Barangay Ginebra takes a 1-point lead heading into this fourth and final quarter.
Nothing is going to be easy against Blackwater tonight. 3 straight losses, but more than that, trying to stay alive for a possible playoff berth. As I mentioned earlier, the teams in the bottom trying to chase down the win-loss record of Meralco, who is in that line called above the water line, heading to the playoffs.
And again, Meralco trying to defend their Philippine Cup crown from last year. Scotty kicks it out to David. Back to Scotty. Scotty, oh, that's a turnover. Steps out of bounds on the drive. So Blackwater with a chance here to take the lead. Christian David back in this game, but it's been RK Ilagan in the late third quarter.
David only with 4 points, but Blackwater in this position. Because of Ilagan and of course Bearfield.
I think Bearfield still on the bench. RK now hasn't let go of the ball in this possession. Shoots over RJ Abarientos, and RK continues to cook.
He had 6 points in very few minutes in quarter number 2. At the end of the third, he was in double figures and has emerged to be the second leading scorer for them. But more than that, a killer stretch here for Ilagan. Back to 1-point lead for Blackwater.
Great pass by Jason David, wide open to the corner to Abarientos.
Seems like these two like playing against one another. What you can do, I can do better.
A fun matchup, and RJ daring RK, and RK gets the 4!
What you can do, I can do better, but I will be better in the return play. That's the message.
Before that shot, we could hear RJ telling RK, come on, shoot the ball, and he just shot a 4 in his face. RK Ilagan right now, 22 big points here for the Blackwater Bossing.
22 points for Ilagan. And after the first 2 quarters, Ilagan had 6.
Wow.
So 16 points in half number 2 for Ilagan.
In most of that in the second half of the third and the start here of the fourth. That's how hot he's been. David couldn't catch it cleanly. Back to Gray. Extra pass. Abarientos' turn. Can't make it. Scotty with the board. No, David gets it.
80% shooting for Ilagan. 8 out of 10 in 22 minutes.
I'd go back to RK. They go to David instead. David takes a contact plus the foul.
Let me correct myself. 22 points in 18 minutes for Ilagan.
Wow.
Over a point per minute. And awakening from his long slumbers, Christian David. 6 in the game. 4-point lead for the Bossing.
Blackwater's going to be dangerous if all these 3 keep on scoring here in this ball game. Take a look at this great drive by Christian David.
And this is one reason why Blackwater was held to just a little over 80 against Meralco, because Ilagan was a missing link.
And that's 13 points on average gone As right now, we have another report. Let's go back to Bell.
In Blackwater's most recent huddle, Coach Jeff reminded the Bossing to stick to their man as he noted their tendency to overhelp. Offensively, he also highlighted how they should use RJ Abarientos as a point of attack and called on RK Ilagan to keep his head up and keep making smart decisions. In this final quarter, let's also see if Scotty Thompson twisting his right hip in the first half and Jamie Malonzo hurting his right ankle earlier as well would be a factor in these final minutes. Back to you, gentlemen.
So there's small nagging injuries right now here for Barangay Ginebra. And again, we saw that slip by Scotty where he hurt his hip. As right now, Blackwater now enjoying this 4-point lead. Japet attacking Quinto. That's going to be a foul on Quinto, and Japet can't finish, but he will go to the free throw line.
Aguilar in quarter number 3 at 6 points, but most of them against Clifford Hopia. Scotty Thompson, meanwhile, exploded with 8 third quarter points, but they were beaten by Blackwater 28-26 in terms of third quarter scoring.
And that was before the slip of Scotty Thompson. As right now, let's go back to Bell.
It may already have been 3 games ago since Ginebra's lost to NLEX, but Japet Aguilar is still looking back at that because that heartbreak was his wake-up call that he has to be a better team captain. Without L.A. Tenorio and Jerry Dillinger on the bench, Japet now becomes the vet the barangay has to rely on, which Japet confesses puts him in an uncomfortable position because admittedly he's not really vocal, so he tries to watch out instead for his body language and be more conscious of his reactions because he doesn't want to exude negative energy and rub off his frustrations on his teammates. Andre Cotrani.
Again, added responsibility
Yes.
for Japet Aguilar.
Yes.
RK gets it to David. Oh, what a move by David. Explosive. Just can't finish. Hopia can't handle it. Ball ends up with Malonzo.
Good effort play coming from Alonzo.
Chance to Tire take the lead for the Gin Kings. Malonzo long 2. Can't get it. Rebound ends up with Andrade. RK. Let's see. He's been hot. Oh, what a move! RK over Japet!
Suddenly he was gone. The in and out.
But they own a fake, coach. Eh?
Oo, biglang nakalusot. Biglang nasa ilalim na. The magical explosion of Ilagan continues against Ginebra.
Troy gets fouled by Andrade and he will go for the end one.
The question right now for the Gin Kings is who can contain Ilagan? Abarientos is no longer on the floor, but he continues to score. This one, the screen assist by Hopia. This in and out. That
Wow.
one froze the defense of Japet Aguilar.
I have an answer for you, coach. Who can contain RK?
Who?
Coach Jeff.
He's not taking out Ilagan for sure. Until he wants to rest.
81-79. And for Barangay Ginebra, they bring in Cedric Bearfield, who's sitting on 28 points as Toy Rosario pulls Barangay Ginebra to within 1.
50 points at least for Ilagan and Bearfield combined out of the 81 total points for Blackwater in this game. And this is within the scoreline that they had against Meralco, remember?
And 28 points for Bearfield, 24 for RK.
That's 52 of the 81.
RK for 3. Rare miss for Ilagan.
I've seen him play this way when he used to play for San Sebastian in college.
And again, he was watching his college tapes after that 0-point game. So that must have worked, or that's working for RK Ilagan. As Toy Rosario posting up Escoto. Troy kicks it out. Scotty has 15. Malonzo, that looks good. No. Troy, rebound. Ball will stay with Barangay Ginebra. Andrade coming in for RK. Getting him a bit of a rest here to the, again, a round of applause from the Blackwater bench.
Well, let's see if something will change here in terms of execution, in terms of energy for Blackwater, because Ilagan really fueled that late third quarter uprising for them all the way here to this fourth quarter performance for the Bossing.
What a developing year, coach. Another foul on Clifford Hopia puts Blackwater at 5 fouls with
That's a
8
concern.
minutes remaining. Alonzo. They go to Scotty. Scotty against Bearfield. Japet jumper, drop it. No, rebound Malonzo, extra. Throws it to the Dean on the other side of the floor.
Deflected by Kuya.
Quick reflexes.
But Magu
by our team here.
wanted to penetrate.
I know, I saw. Magu wanted to block that one. So great reflexes by our RPTV crew. 81-80. Under 8 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bearfield back in the ball game. Look at the double here by Barangay Ginebra. They go to Andrade. Andrade thought about it. Scotto.
Nice.
Bearfield. Cedric Bearfield in and out. Battle for the board. Bodies on the floor. Holt saves it to Malonzo. Andrade crashes into our table. And Blackwater still alive here with the basketball. Bodies on the floor for both squads. Back to Cedric Bearfield. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Using the Hopia screen. Bearfield. Escoto. Wide open. Oh, would have brought the house down.
Oh, it did.
Brought our table down, coach.
Nothing is safe in this game.
Our table is holding on right now to their life. As right now, there's going to be a foul against Blackwater. But Ginebra with a chance to take the lead at the free throw line.
Thank you, man.
Okay, our table is safe.
Let's see for how long. But this is the illustration on the value of this game really. For Ginebra, it's staying close to the pace setters, protecting the top 4 slot. For Blackwater, it's just surviving and trying to still earn a shot of making it to the playoffs.
Again, if you guys didn't know, BG Andrade just crashed into our table, saving that basketball. As Japet Aguilar just ties us at 81, going 1 out of 2 from the free throw line.
This is the second of 3 games for Blackwater in 5 days. They'll play San Miguel this coming Sunday.
Scotto thought about it. Back to Bearfield for 3. Oh, he's cooled off.
We also like the effort coming from Holt and Malonzo, chasing down defensive and offensive rebounds.
Scotty gets it to Japet. Japet against Hopia. Throws it out to Holt. Great defense by Blackwater right now. Still a lot of time here. Scotty! Oh!
Japet wanted to move the basketball, some more movement in terms of execution, and this is the reason why. Ball reversal, extra pass, the Scotty Thompson factor. Back to a 3-point lead for the Gin Kings. The ball movement, the extra pass, difficult to defend at all times.
And right now, for the first time tonight, we hear the chants of the barangay here at the Phil Sports Arena. They're feeling it. They're enjoying this game as Scotty Thompson gives him the lead back.
Because they were also feeling an upset alert. The red flag was on. 20 assists on 29 made field goals after the first 36 minutes. For the Gin Kings, at present, 23 assists on 31 made field goals.
Scotty is 4 out of 4 from the 3-point arc. As we remind everybody to tune in tomorrow at the Candon City Arena in Ilocos Sur. We have the Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots taking on the Northport Batang Pier at 7:30 p.m. As the PBA goes up north, as Scotty Thompson gives Barangay Ginebra the 3-point lead back, almost the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
The third best 3-point shooter for Ginebra in the Philippine Cup at 40%. That's Scotty Thompson playing the starring role, and this fourth quarter recovery for the Gin Kings.
And I wonder how long Coach Jeff will keep RK Ilagan on the bench.
That was what I mentioned earlier. What will change with Ilagan out of the playing area at this stage?
As Bearfield has suddenly cooled off here. Andrade out. David, they need this. Christian David wakes up with a 3.
Sooner than late. Malonzo lost contact. And David punishes him with the 3-ball. His first of this contest. Tied at 84. Halfway mark has already been reached.
9 points for Christian David. Scotty now attacks Andrade. Spins. Turns the corner. David for 3. David makes it!
David was the best player for Ginebra after being reactivated in lieu of LA Tenorio. Hits an all-important 3-ball to regain the lead for Ginebra.
Christian David finds the bottom of the net with the friendly roll, and they're pumped up right now.
5 minutes.
We knew that it was coming sooner or later for Christian David. Now he has been able to get his scoring groove.
And Malonzo gets a reverse. Wow.
Nice to see Malonzo attacking the basket. A lot of excellent individual plays, especially in the last quarter and a half. 2.8 Gin Kings. That's good ball pressure.
Oh, great defense as Bearfield walks as he was forced to give up the dribble on that play. And we have a timeout here by Coach Tim Cone as he recognizes this is a crucial possession for Barangay Ginebra. They're up by 2, 89-87.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Of Christian David and Cedric Bearfield against Meralco, scoring more points than the rest of the team. Wow, 47 points.
This is the future for Blackwater. Definitely an excellent cornerstone looking ahead.
What a foundation, right?
Oh, indeed. Bearfield so far scoreless here in the fourth. 28 points in the first 3 quarters. Ilagan, 24 points in under 22 minutes. Now it's back in the fray. Let's see what he can do here in the killer stretch.
But Christian David now pouring in the points. He's at 12, so he's come alive here in the fourth as well. So let's see if this trio can lead Blackwater to a victory here, or will Barangay Ginebra hold on to this 2-point lead?
8 points for David here in the quarter. That is 8 of the 16 points, or 50% of the total output coming from Christian David.
Scotty breaks down the defense and jump it with the throwdown.
A shot coming off a pass. Constant for the Gin Kings. 35 made field goals, 26 assists. Beat that if you can.
9th assist for Scotty. RK kicks it out. Bearfield, 7 seconds on the shot clock. To the corner, and Troy taps it out with 1.8 seconds remaining here on the shot clock.
Those are things that you don't see on the stat sheet. But coaches always love that. Disrupt the flow. Ball tips, deflections, always something very critical defensively.
RK almost made that tough shot.
And again, Malonzo with a rebound. 12 rebounds for Malonzo. Double-double tonight.
Wow, with 5 assists as well for Jamie Malonzo. 91-87. Scotty to Holt. Troy attacking David, kicks
Nice
it out.
pass.
Japet, wide open, and Barangay Ginebra with the answer.
27 assists on 36 made field goals.
Wow, that's just Barangay Ginebra basketball. RK Lagan. 14 seconds on the shot clock. RK putting on the moves. Tough shot. RK now missing. Malilin gets the board. David for 3. And now Blackwater gets another chance. Bearfield draws the foul. Almost makes the shot. That's 3 free throws. That's a big one.
Was fouled earlier from the 4-point line, made all 4 free throws.
Crucial free throws here for Cedric Bearfield, and Blackwater still in this with 3:03 remaining.
That's the value of offensive rebounds.
For Coach Tim, he lost this challenge earlier in the first half. Bearfield makes the first. He can breach the 30-point mark here in the free throw line.
First point here in quarter 4 for the leading scorer, for the top gun of Blackwater.
2 out of 2 on this try for Bearfield. He can pull them within 3. .303 remaining. So a lot of time here for both squads. Bearfield. Oh, misses the last one. 2 out of 3 for Cedric Bearfield.
Ginebra dodging a bullet with that last free throw miss coming from Bearfield. 30-point game for Bearfield.
93-89. Under 3 minutes remaining. Up top, Japet can't get the dunk. Asking for a foul. RK Lagan. David thought about it. Kicks it out to RK. Great recovery on defense by Barangay Ginebra.
By the way, this is the conference best in terms of scoring for Bearfield.
Scotty falls to the corner. David gets the 3.
Troy Rosario lost his defensive cover, and David has scored 11 fourth-quarter points already. That's 11 of their 21 points here in the fourth.
Wow, Blackwater down by just 1. Holt for 3. Stephen Holt with the answer.
You catch and you shoot, backpedaling, that's tough. Good answer for Holt. Protects the 3-point lead. This much time remaining.
Oh, they're saying it was just a long two for Holt as his foot was on the line. Take a look at it one more time here.
This one.
Oh, there you go. Right foot is on the line. But again, Ginebra keeps their lead at 3, 95-92.
Get access.
Leading the way for Barangay Ginebra down low. A couple of dunks here for Japet Aguilar. The leading scorer for Barangay Ginebra. Take a look at the numbers of Japet Aguilar.
Leading scorer, leading rebounder. One of the top players in terms of assists as well. And that is not just in this game, but the entire Philippine Cup. The resurgence continues for this fine product coming from Pampanga, the second generation Aguilar.
And again, he showed out in Pampanga against Converge.
Of course. Father Peter Aguilar definitely proud of
the career of Japet.
Yes.
Bearfield breaks down the defense, stops, shoots, short arms it. Get the putback. Malilin battling inside, gets the basket of fall.
1 against 4. Hard work for Malilin was rewarded. Down to a 1-point lead.
Malonzo gets fouled on the drive.
The zone defense was not established. Trying to communicate if indeed they were in a zone.
Coach Jeff not happy with their defense on that possession. But look at this. Malilin battling against Japet, tips it to himself, gets the basket for the Blackwater Bossing.
1 against 3. Alonso, Rosario, and Aguilar were right there.
Alonso calmly sinks the first one. We're in crunch time right now. 1:51 remaining. So anybody's ball game.
1-5 Blackwater against the 4-2 Gin Kings.
You wouldn't think Blackwater is 1-5 with how they're playing tonight.
True. No 80-point game tonight for Blackwater.
Scotty against Bearfield. Bearfield fades. Bearfield, tough shot.
Small to small screen. Isolation on that right side, the strong side of Bearfield. Against an elite defender. Over 30 points. Conference best for Bearfield.
Scotty to Holt. Holt made that big shot earlier. Shoots a three. Misses. Tip-in is in for Troy.
Off the ball work for Rosario. We don't call any plays for Troy. Works hard. On the ball or off the ball. Another one possession lead. A 3-point lead at that for Ginebra.
Almost a minute remaining here. We're down to the last minute. Bearfield thought about it. They go to David. David drives. That tip out by Scotty. Again, those tips by Barangay Ginebra.
The important thing is that no driving lane was open. What about this slight nudge to dislodge Kathy Thompson from his defensive position? And then the Rosario effort against Christian David.
Blackwater will have 2.2 seconds remaining here. You got to take a look at the big three of Ilagan, David, and Bearfield here. Who will get the basketball?
Ilagan has not scored upon his re-entry here in the fourth.
Lilian to RK. That's a turnover.
What about that recovery by Thompson after he was beaten on that rear cut?
And we're going to take a look at it. RK was asking for a foul. There's a shot clock violation instead.
Big defensive stop for the Gin Kings. Under 50 seconds, up 3. But remember, there's that 4-point line.
And again, big defensive possession here if you're Blackwater.
Blackwater in team penalty.
Scotty gets closed out by RK. Troy. No. Rebound. Malonzo loses it. And they say it's Blackwater basketball.
No more challenge for Ginebra, but they'll check this.
They're going to take a look at this. You can review it here in the last 2 minutes of this ball game. Coach Jeff with a concerned look in his face, but Troy has been big here for Barangay Ginebra.
Chance to be up by 5 had Troy nailed that elbow jumper.
Rosario quietly having a great game. He has 18 in this one.
Silent workhorse.
And Blackwater will get the ball with 23.8 seconds remaining. Shot clock is turned off. And Coach Jeff will draw a play here for Blackwater to tie this game or at least get a bucket. Take a look at this last play. Malonzo almost had it, but hits his knee out of bounds. And Blackwater gets the stop that they needed. And Coach, if you're Blackwater, will you go for a quick 2 here or will you try and tie this ball game?
Good question. Ginebra still, I believe, has a foul to give. And that will trigger another inbound play if Blackwater does not go for a quick shot.
Okay.
A quick 2 or a 3, might even be a 4 if the opportunity arises.
And this is the last timeout already of Blackwater, so they're out of timeouts here. Meanwhile, Barangay Ginebra still has 3 timeouts remaining. As we take a look at Stephen Holt. Again, another quiet but super effective game for Stephen Holt. He's made those big shots when they count.
But what I like is that consistent defensive effort that he brings in every night.
Again, has to guard the best players on the other side.
Him and Scotty.
And he's been chasing around Bearfield, RK Ilaga, and everybody on the floor. And Christian David as well.
And they're playing extended minutes with the short rotation that Coach Tim has in this game.
And that goes to show how important this game is for both squads. As again, what's at stake here is Barangay Ginebra holding on to maybe a top 4 position here in the Philippine Cup.
But still with 4 games remaining after this match. Blackwater, meanwhile, just trying to stay
afloat. And again, sink and surge.
Exactly, that banner. Perfect illustration.
Blackwater, here we go. 23.8 seconds remaining. 14 seconds on the shot clock for the Bossing. Malilian to trigger for the Bossing. Bearfield gets it. Out to Malilian. Shoots a 3. Oh, he ties us at 99!
Coach Tim wanted Troy to help in defending Bearfield. That left Malilian open.
And you see Coach Tim saying, my bad, on that one. Because definitely, he told everybody to double Bearfield, which left Malilin wide open for the triple.
That answers your question. Did they go for a quick 2 or a 3 ball? My answer was whatever the opportunity brings. And that was an opportunity taken by Troy Malilin.
6 points for Malilin in this game, or being that 9 points for Malilin in this game. First 3 and first attempt from the outside for Malilin tonight.
Blackwater is in team penalty. Ginebra's under 20 seconds
Wow.
to score on their next play.
Again, this is what we were talking about, Coach, the standings for these teams. But Ginebra at number 4 so far.
But nothing is definite at this stage. Rain or Shine was going great guns before losing to TNT. TNT lost 3 straight games to open up the Philippine Cup, has won its last 4. Converge was right in the second spot. Now they are below or outside the top 4.
Take a look at the next 3 games for Blackwater. Again, 3 games in 5 nights are going up against the San Miguel Beermen this Sunday. And then the TNT Tropang 5G and then the Terra Firma G. Meanwhile, for Barangay Ginebra, it's going to be the Meralco Bolts, the Chicken Templados Hot Shots, and the Tropang 5D. Take a look at those 3 games for Barangay Ginebra. 3 huge games for the Gin Kings coming up.
That's why a win here tonight is something very, very important for Barangay Ginebra.
But right now, we have a tie ball game with 19.6 seconds remaining. Blackwater, no fouls to give.
And you know what? It's not that Ginebra is not playing that well. It's that Blackwater has been able to compete at the level of Barangay Ginebra in this matchup.
It just goes to show you the talent and the potential of this Blackwater team.
A lot of these players are new players coming from different teams. And it takes a while. And there's always a process to build that chemistry for them to come out playing together on a consistent basis.
And they choose to run this out the entire length of the court.
Might want to take the last shot. That's the reason why.
Scotty being guarded by RK.
Yes.
They have to be careful here with the fouls.
Taking too long.
2-man game.
Taking too long.
Pushes Scotty out, way out. Jump it for the win. Oh, jump it, sinks it.
No more timeout.
And Javed wins the game for Barangay Ginebra.
Perfect shot clock and game clock management coming from Scotty Thompson. There was that miscommunication as they played away from Scotty Thompson. If we can check that play again. And eventually no one was able to recover and close out against that game winner delivered by Japet Aguilar. RK Ilagan definitely frustrated after this heroic performance.
Heartbreak for the Blackwater Bossing.
On the recovery by Ginto, he was late as they tried to recover to their respective assignments. And by then, it was a little late because Japet Aguilar has been a master with that mid-range jumper throughout the Philippine Cup. Big win for the Gin Kings. Heartbreak for Blackwater Bossing.
22 big points for Japet Aguilar, none bigger than that one.
What about that assist by Scotty
That's his
Thompson?
10th assist. He gets another double-double
And
in
that's
this
why
ball game.
the ball was in his hands from the backcourt all the way to the front court. Not just to take a possible winning shot, but to make the best basketball play of this game.
And let's take a look at the best player of the game. Not surprised here as Japet Aguilar once again saves the day for Barangay Ginebra with a game winner here at the Phil Sports Arena. 22 points for Japet.
This is the 3rd citation of the best player of the game award for Japet Aguilar. That's 3 best player awards out of the 5 total wins for Barangay Ginebra so far.
And our final score is 101-99 in favor of Barangay Ginebra. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be at the Quezon City Arena in Ilocos Sur. Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots against the Northport Batang Seoul game tomorrow. We'll see you guys there. We have a lot of things to talk about here in the Philippine Cup, specifically this ball game, because so many highlights in this one, so many great plays. And we'll be back after a short break.
Ang iyong etiketa, nakalatong sa likod ng atleta. Numero pero dala ang bandera, diretso sa kupa ang buwelta. Mga tagahanga, tagapamahala, mga veterano at mga bakito. Pinakamismo at magagaling, walang aling. Pamilya at barkada, game ng umarangkada. Ito ang bagong 3 goles. tayo dito ang laban. Everybody let's jam. Can't stop, level up, game plan. Here we go, ang laban. Everybody let's jam. Can't stop, level up, game plan. Here we go, ang laban. Oh, yeah. PBA. Can't stop, level up, game plan. Here we go, ang laban. Game plan, here we go, ang laban. Yo, umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas ng ningas, perlas ang silangan, lalong umangas, lalong tumalas ang
It was a struggle all game. They played fantastic. RJ, 3 for 14.
Welcome to our post-game press conference. We have our player of the game, Japet Aguilar, and Coach Tim Cone of Barangay Ginebra. Gentlemen, congratulations. Coach Tim, I'll start with you. You're now on a 3-game win streak. And this game against Blackwater proved to be a tough one. How did the way this game was played out kind of help you or will help you go into a tough stretch with your next assignments?
Well, you know, from a pure, you know, from a coaching standpoint, you know, you're happy with the win. But from a coaching standpoint, you're not too happy about the process that it took to get to this win. We didn't play particularly well. We allowed them to really get a rhythm, and we allowed Bearfield to get a rhythm. We allowed Ilagan to get a rhythm. Even David, we couldn't put the clamps on any three of them, and that's what made it such a difficult game for us. So we just didn't step up and find ways to stop those three guys. And so, like I said, you know, I mean, I'm very, very happy with the win. I'm just not happy with the way we went about getting the win. And but that's just the coach in me. For the fans, it was a good game, and it came down to a big shot. And Japeth, who's made so many big shots in his career, he hits another one, just like any old day, right, for you, Japeth? And and it was a great pass by Scotty to make it happen. So, you know, that was really nice for us and the fans. But again, it wasn't, you know, we got to play better than this on both sides of the ball going forward against as we try to finish off this eliminations.
Thank you, Coach. Now, Japet, before the game, we were talking about emotions, your body language, especially at times when you're not liking what's happening on the court. And early in the game, in one of the huddles, I heard one of the coaches tell you na, huwag ka magpasira, just keep your focus. Just how were you able to handle the emotions and even coming up with a game-winning shot?
Yeah, I have that role now in the team kasi dati si LA yon, LA. And when LA was not there, it was Jared. And you know, yun nga, kailangan ko maging conscious sa, I just want to bring positivity, like my body language, my reaction. Kasi ako na yung parang pinaka-senior sa team. So, ayun, it's gotta start, for me, it gotta start sa akin kasi ako na nga yung pinaka-senior sa team, and then down to the youngest guy. So, parang ganun.
Sink and surge, Blackwater against Barangay Ginebra in the first quarter. It's a up and down game for this one. As Scotty, to start us off, gets it to Troy Rosario for a quick two to start us here in this ball game. And it was a close game throughout, a couple of leads here and there. But Barangay Ginebra and Blackwater treated us to an entertaining game in this one.
Especially in the last two quarters, because the first quarter really went in favor of Blackwater, building a double-digit lead at 21-11 before Ginebra finally came up with an 8-2 run to narrow the gap at 6 points at the end of the first 12 minutes.
Take a look at Blackwater here. RK Lagan with the basketball, casually strolling to the three-point arc and shooting that three as Blackwater had an early 9-point lead or 10-point lead here in this one, which forced Barangay Ginebra to be down by 6 at the end of the first 12 minutes. We go to the second quarter as Christian David trailing this one, shows us the hops and dunks that one through. Blackwater had an early lead in the second quarter, but Barangay Ginebra had an answer.
This was where Scotty Thompson played the starting role. Scotty Thompson fueled the second quarter of Rising, not with scoring, but with playmaking, defense and rebounding. He moved the basketball extremely well. Ginebra had 7 assists and 12 made field goals in the quarter, by the way.
But Cedric Bearfield led all scorers in points here in this ballgame. He had 32 for the game, including that 3. But then in the second quarter, Barangay Ginebra, Malonzo finds Troy Rosario down low. And Barangay Ginebra had an answer with a 3-point lead at the half for the Gin Kings as they led it 46-43. As we go to the third quarter where things really got so entertaining in this one, Coach Ronnie.
Ginebra was still ahead at 54-43 until RK Ilagan weaved his scoring magic and conspired with Cedric Bearfield to rally the troops, eventually tied the count at 62. Got the taste of the lead before Scotty Thompson once again and Japet Aguilar brought Ginebra to a 1-point lead at 72-71 to end the first 36 minutes.
Sign of things to come as Japet Aguilar was just making those mid-range shots the entire ball game.
The entire Philippine Cup.
The entire Philippine Cup as RK Ilagan just put on the show in the third quarter. Take a look at that, bumping into Jamie Malonzo, just putting it up there and getting the end one for the Blackwater Bossing.
But you know what? The slight rest that he took was all Ginebra needed to once again turn the tide in their favor. And when he returned, they still had the chances, but it was different when Ilagan was not on the floor and Ginebra took over.
And the momentum change at that point as Christian David, though, woke up in the fourth quarter and poured in his points there. Tied the ballgame at 84 after that triple.
Nothing was easy for Ginebra in this win. They had to get the best, squeeze the best out of Holt, Malonzo, Rosario, Thompson, and Aguilar to be able to bring down this mighty challenge coming from Blackwater.
That was a big shot by Jason David
His first and only basket.
Counter the David 3 on the other end. And this one to tie the game here. We thought we were headed to overtime.
I thought so too, really.
As Malilin gets that triple to fall for the Bossing to tie us at 99.
And then the value of still having timeouts in the end and not having a timeout after a basket by the other team.
Japet, that was the game winner. No timeouts remaining.
Yes.
And a heartbreak loss for the Blackwater Bossing as Barangay Ginebra gets their 5th win of the Philippine Cup, winning this by 2, 101-99. Don't forget, we still have a game tomorrow at the Candon City Arena in Ilocos Sur. Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots up against the Northport Batang Pier at 7:30 p.m. We'll see you guys there tomorrow. But for now, we're done here at a PBA Rush on PBA Rush and on the Pilipinas Live app. This is the PBA 49th season Philippine Cup. In behalf of my partner, Coach Ronnie Magsanok, our courtside reporter, Miss Belle Gregorio, my name is Andre Ko. Thank you for joining us here at the PBA 49th season.
Bawat tupunan, merong hamunan, laban kong laban sa bayanan, isang bansa, isang bansak. PBA, alam mo to, laro to, tuloy sa kampyonato. Sama-sama tayo, manlalaro, ambisyon na.